Hey guys, Kev here, and I just want to do a first impressions on the CKF Chimera, Custom Knife Factory Chimera. This was loaned into me by Sean, Geared Towards Gear, really cool dude. I've gotten to know a little bit recently, and yeah, when I first unboxed this knife, I really harped, as usual, on the detent being extremely light, which it is, of course. And I spoke to some people after that, and I mean, they agree that the detent is light, but they did say they only Spidey flick it. And when you Spidey flick this knife, obviously when you Spidey flick, you produce more energy, and you're gonna get a stronger deployment. And on this knife specifically, when you do the Spidey flick, which I did not do at all in the unboxing, I don't know why. For me, a thumb stud knife is a thumb stud knife, and I don't always think to be middle finger flicking it all the time. I prefer to have a hole or a slot for that. It's more comfortable. It's easier to repeat. You don't slip off with thumb studs. You don't have thumb studs digging into your fingers, right? And that's kind of how I feel about thumb studs. I just don't like them that much anymore, and I keep getting fooled by them. I keep buying knives with them thinking I like them, and of course, a week later, I realized that I ultimately do not like thumb studs. But I did want to mention that the action on this is actually really good with the thumb stud, so I could see how some people never even really noticed that this detent was such ass. Or they just overlook it, right? And now on the close, it's absolutely a guillotine. Really nice on the close. Almost too good to where it hurts a little bit when it drops on your nail, which I know. And sometimes it even bounces off a little bit. I will say I still think this knife is a little heavy. Too much Zerk on here. Just adding that Zerk backspacer, and I believe the thumb studs are Zerk. It just adds so much unnecessary weight for me that you just don't need it. Now, I will say again, the ergonomics are absolutely spectacular on this knife. They feel really good. Definitely something I very much like on this knife. So that's definitely cool. The pivot is awesome. I like how it's very flush and against the carbon fiber there. Doesn't stick out at all on either side. I love the blade shape as a drop point. I don't love the blade in general. I'm just not a fan of these fish-looking knives. That's kind of how it kind of has like a whale type look to it. There's a few knives right now that have that I just it's not my style. You know, the Orion Solaris comes to mind. It also has that kind of whale-like look, and it's just not for me, if I'm being 100% honest with you. I do absolutely love the bark pattern design on the lockside scale there. It's really cool, and then you have that shred carbon muted Damascus clip. Just really cool there. So yeah, first impressions are it's not as bad as I initially stated, but it's still not something that's like, oh my god, you gotta have a Chimera, because that's what I keep hearing, and I'm like, why? You know, and now I have one. I get why some people feel that way. I absolutely do not. So that's a quick first impressions look at the CKF Chimera, guys. Really appreciate you stopping by for a second with me. I love you all so much. I hope you have a fantastic day, and I will catch you later.